Hey guys, StarGlassFan2 here, and today I've got a Black Ops 2 custom classes in-depth video with you today. Yesterday I gave you a slight rundown on what I've been running so far, and today I'm going to go even more in-depth with these classes. So we're going to start off with the Scar H. This is my most preferred class. This is the one I use on a daily basis. This is the one I probably use most often. The reason I like the Scar H is that it's really good at close quarters and medium range gunfights. It's really good at stopping SMG rushers and in gunfights with SMGs and submachine guns because it has the ADS, which is aim down sight time of an assault rifle, but it also has the damage up close as a submachine gun, which it would kill on 2 to 3 shots up close, I believe it is. Its damage is 45, it drops off to 24 after not very much range, but the recoil is what lets it down. Its recoil is extremely high, vertical recoil, and then it sort of kicks to the left and then kicks to the right again. It is really weird recoil, which I wouldn't recommend this class this gun if you were hoping to use it for long ranges. I have a class for that later on. Fast mag I use on this for fast reloading because this reload's quite slow. Suppressor to keep me off the map, and adjustable stock because, let's face it, you move very slow with assault rifles. Ghost, obviously, to keep me off the map, which is really good if you're running, and hopefully to kill rushers with the SMGs. Hardline, because I get my score streaks 20% quicker. Toughness, because you don't want to flinch when you're using an assault rifle, because you need every bullet to count if you're going to win those gunfights. Dexterity, because it gives you a bit of speed when moving over objects, and gives you an advantage in gunfights over walls. Obviously, you need the 2 wild cards also to get this setup. So next is my personal rusher class. I know the previous class was totally against this class, but this class works really well. The Msmc is the best submachine gun in the game. Despite the fact that the Peacekeeper has been released, this is still the best SMG. Although the recoil has been increased, the recoil is still quite moderate and low. This SMG is suited for medium to short range, like most SMGs, but can also get kills at long ranges. I find that the recoil is really controllable on this SMG. Unlike the PDW has more range, yes, but the kick on it is more uncontrollable, I believe. The Scorpion Evo's kick is too great for me to use, even though it is the fastest killing SMG. I would much prefer the Msmc. The damage stats on this are 35, and then they drop down to 22, which is not really that bad, because up close you're going to be killing your enemy in 3 shots, 2 shot for a headshot, because the multiplier I think is 1.5 or something. But it is not really suited as a 5 to 6 shot kill long range, and that's why I use it. Again, same 3 attachments for previously, because the stock works really well. It actually helps to control the recoil on the SMG. If you don't believe me, try it out. It really does work. Fast mag, obviously, because I want to be as fast as I can possibly be. Suppressor to keep me off the map, and the same perks as well. So, this is my go-to class when I'm in the mood for rushing. And it is a really good class. I recommend it. I have the diamond camo on it, which proves I do use it an awful lot. So, we're going to move on now to the Peacekeeper. Now, the Peacekeeper came out a week ago for PS3 in the Revolution map pack. Really good map pack, but the SMG has not lived up to my expectations. It usually kills in 4 to 5 bullets, but I find that in most gunfights, because everyone's using the Peacekeeper, it's taking a lot more bullets. And the game has become quite boring because of the amount of people using the Peacekeeper. I'm sure that people will stop using the Peacekeeper after they realise that it's not that good and return to their previous classes before the DLC. Anyway, this class, I don't find I do well with it. I do well sometimes, but then once I get into a lobby where there's a lot of Peacekeepers, I don't do that well. It's suited for its short to medium range gunfights, but where it excels above the other SMGs is its long range capability. Instead of killing in 5 to 6 shots at long range, it would kill in 4 to 5 shots. Now, because of its reduced RPM, that doesn't really matter, because the other SMGs have a faster rate rounds per minute than it does, so it really doesn't really matter. The only thing I can say about it is it has longer range and it has lower recoil. On this gun, I'd use suppressor to keep you off the map. Reflex sight, because the iron sights are terrible. They're not bad, but they are terrible in my eyes. I can't use them whatsoever. I can't stay on target with them. They're so enclosed. And then fast mag, because the reload is quite slow, even when you cancel out most of the animation. Again, same perks for the same as the Scar H, and same wildcards as well. As I said, these will repeat themselves over and over again. And as promised, we have a long-range assault rifle class. Now here we have fast mag on the AN-94 because it is really slow at reloading. Stock, because it's an assault rifle. Suppressor to keep me off the map. Same 2 wildcards. And again, the same perks there again. I really like this class. Like, the recoil is really controllable. It's vertical recoil. There's no sway to the left or to the right, and it's really good for that reason. I really like the M94. I mostly use it on maps where there's long range of sight because it doesn't kick as much as the Scar H. This is suited to medium to short range, or medium to long range gunfights. It is not suited to short range gunfights because its damage figures go against that. It cannot kill SMG rushers up close. You're going to lose most of your gunfights with shotguns and SMGs up close. So if you are planning to rush with this class, I would not recommend it. The only way I could recommend rushing with this class is if you attach a fast mag target finder, because you're going to be spraying a lot from the hip. Take off the suppressor and get rid of the stock, because again you're not going to be aiming down your sights. So I wouldn't recommend this class to rush, but I do use it off quite often because I find it's really good on hijacked for some reason. Because as you know, hijacked is a really spawn trapping orientated map, and if you can keep the enemy in your spawn with this weapon, you're going to do really well. I recommend with this weapon using the UAV, counter UAV, and orbital VSAT, because they all work together. And once you get the UAV, you get the counter UAV, and then you definitely will get your orbital VSAT. Next is the longest range class of my custom classes here. It is the DSR-50 with fast mag and ballistic CPU to keep me on target and fast reload. I would recommend extended mags also, because that does work well where there's a group of enemies. Just because it's in a sniper class, you're going to need something to kill the enemies quite closer if you're not that good at quick scoping. So I'd recommend the B23R with suppressor, just to keep you off the map when you are running around, because you do have the 110% run speed with the pistol, even with a sniper on your back. We have the same perks, same with just one wildcard, perk 1 greed, because we're not using 3 attachments. The SR-50 is the only sniper in the game that will allow you to get 1 shot 1 kills above the waist. Other weapons will fail to do this. So I recommend using the DSR-50 if you want those 1 shot 1 kills. If you're quite accurate, this is the sniper for you. And if you're very accurate, I would take off the ballistic CPU and swap that out for maybe, hard to say, probably a variable zoom, if you're planning on hard scoping a little bit too. This sniper is quite good for quick scoping, I will say that, it's quite good for quick scoping. But because quick scoping's been nerfed in this game, sniping has become sort of a turn off to me. I don't really snipe as much, but the snipers are really good in this game, so I use the snipers more often than not, than in previous Call of Duties. But I wouldn't recommend this for quick scoping. This is probably more of a hard scoping, no scoping weapon. So I'd recommend using this moderately. So that's it, guys. They're my class I'm using at the moment. So comment, rate, subscribe.